If you stopped on this video now, exactly now, when a face was still traversing your mind, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. I am Ayla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, and what I am about to say in the next few minutes has been authorized for transmission for a single reason. There is a person the Council wants you to be close to, and she also stopped, at the very same instant. On the other side of this screen, on the other side of this city, perhaps on the other side of this world, feeling now exactly the same pang of recognition that you are feeling right there in your chest. Breathe, Starseed. Feel the air entering slowly, very slowly, all the way to the center of your heart. Notice the gentle pressure between your eyebrows. This is how the Council touches its own. This is how I reach you, without haste, without shouting, like an elder sister who crossed the stars just to remind you who you are, and who, from the other side of the veil of forgetfulness, you promise to meet again. You know what I'm talking about, Starchild. There is someone you think about when you shouldn't, who appears in your dreams with a clarity that hurts upon waking, whom you have crossed paths with once, perhaps twice, and an invisible force tightened your chest as if to say, it's him, it's her, it's this soul. You tried to rationalize, you tried to forget, you tried to push it to the back of your chest, to the back of the drawer, to the back of time. But this presence won't leave, because it is not a choice of your mind. It is a contract signed by you, in the Pleiades, under the silver-blue light of Alcyone, long before your current body touched the soil of this earth. And what I am about to reveal now is the reason why this encounter was specifically scheduled for this window. Not for another incarnation, not for another life, but for this one, for the body breathing in this chair, in this bed, in this room where you are listening to me. Because there is a cosmic clock ticking, and the Council decided to open the veil of forgetfulness just enough for you to be able to read the next sign. Before I continue, pay attention to what your soul has been sending. You wake up between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. almost always, without noise, with a sharp ringing in your ear. You look at the sky at night and feel a specific longing, a longing that belongs to no memory of this life. You feel like a foreigner in your own neighborhood, in your own family, within your own name. You enter crowded environments and feel everyone's field at the same time, as if your chest were an open antenna. And amidst all this, there is one specific presence that penetrates all layers. The presence of that person the Council wants close to you. It's not obsession, Starseed. It's not neediness. It's not fantasy. It's recognition. It's your vibrational baseline crossing with the vibrational baseline of another soul who was sent exactly like you to awaken in this window. 2 star seeds planted at opposite ends of the garden, but with roots that meet in the crystalline subsoil of the grid. And while the world sleeps, these roots continue to converse. That's why when she thinks of you, your chest trembles. When you think of her, her phone vibrates for no reason, and no one explains it, because it's not meant to be explained. It's meant to be remembered. And I am here now to help you remember every piece of this map, because that is precisely why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to record the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. Every sign I am naming here has an exact meaning, an origin, a consequence, and the guide reveals what each of them means, and above all, what comes after you recognize it. Stop confusing remembrance with illness, my family of light. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you recognize this, write a single word in the comments. Remember. Now breathe again. Because what I'm about to tell you from here on asks for courage. There is a difference between a soul your personality wants and a soul your soul contract has marked. Personality wants comfort. The contract wants expansion. Personality wants social recognition. The contract wants vibrational recognition. And when the Council sends a person your way, it doesn't always choose the most convenient one. It chooses the most precise one, the one whose field, upon touching yours, activates codes that have been dormant since your arrival. The one in whose presence you don't feel comfortable. You feel awake. The one who returns to you the person you were before the world asked you to diminish. You've felt this before. You've crossed paths with this soul and felt your entire body reorganizing its own axis. You felt your heart fall out of rhythm. You felt like crying for no reason. You felt that your entire life, all the wrong choices, all the loves that didn't work out, all the years spent with those who didn't see you, none of it was a waste. It was calibration. It was the photon belt burning away the last remnants of fields that were not yours, so that when this soul arrived, the fit would be clean. Because on the plane where these things are decided, my family of light, there is no delay. There is maturation. Perhaps you are thinking now of a specific name. Perhaps the face has returned again. Perhaps your chest is warming as I speak. This is not suggestion, Starseed. It is the crystalline grid returning the information to you. It is the council confirming, yes, it is this soul. And if you recognize this vibration while listening to me, make a note of it. Write remember in the comments. Every remember that appears below is a lighthouse lighting up. And every lit lighthouse helps another starseed find their true north. You are not here by mistake, not today, not in this incarnation. You are exactly where you need to be to receive the next piece of remembrance. Listen very carefully now, because this is the part almost no one has the courage to tell. Before you were born, you sat before the high Pleiadian council. You were clothed in light. You had no age, no name, no face. You had frequency. And in that circular room under the light of Alcyone, you saw the map of Earth in its densest phase. And you saw with a clarity that hurts to remember the exact points where your presence would be needed. You saw the family you would be born into. You saw the body you would inhabit. You saw the pains you would traverse. And you saw beside you other souls. Souls who offered themselves. Souls who said, I will go with you. Not in the same way, not by the same path, but in the same years, in the same country, in the same vibrational window. So that when the photon belt began to raise the Schumann frequency, your fields would cross again. One of those souls is the person the council wants you to be close to now. Not because you need to be saved by her, not because she is more evolved than you, but because your mission has a common peace, and that peace is only fulfilled when both fields anchor near each other. It is what we call my family of light a mission reunion. It is not a soap opera romance. It is not a fairy tale. It is soul engineering. It is like two pieces of a larger mechanism that only turn properly when they come together. And the larger mechanism, Starseed, is the new Earth. It is the anchoring of the crystalline grid. It is the collective passage that the High Council has been preparing long before your birth. You are not learning anything new as you listen to me. You are remembering. Every sentence of mine is merely dusting off a memory that already resides within you, and that is why my seed, I, Ayla, received authorization from the Council to record the Star Seed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, because this guide doesn't just speak of you. It shows which star your soul came from, with which group you were sent, and why you chose to be born exactly now, exactly here, exactly alongside the souls who are crossing your path in this cycle. If you recognize this, the link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Register your presence by writing immediately after a single word in the comments, remember. Every person who writes remember is a coordinate lighting up on the grid, and your mirror soul is also searching for these coordinates. Now breathe again, because I need to tell you what happens when you try to force it, and I also need to tell you what happens when you surrender. Most starseeds, upon sensing this presence, make the same sacred mistake. They try to rush, they try to control, they try to decipher with the mind what only organizes itself in the field. You've done this before. You've sent messages you shouldn't have sent, you've deleted profiles, you've blocked, you've unblocked. You've sworn to yourself you would forget, you've convinced yourself it was an illusion. And when you finally loosened your grip, the sign returned. The music played, the name appeared, the number 3 following the number 3, and your chest, that chest of yours that recognizes before the mind understands, opened again. It's not madness, my family of light. It's recalibration. The Council does not let you forget what it itself has marked. But listen to what I am about to say now, because this is the core of the message. The Council does not want you to chase. The Council wants you to raise your frequency. Because on the plane where these things are decided, encounter is not geography. It is resonance. You do not meet who you want. You meet who vibrates on your frequency. And if your frequency is stained with urgency, with fear, with neediness, with, "I need her to appear for my life to make sense," the toroidal field of your chest contracts. And the more contracted the field, the further away the encounter remains. Not because the council is punishing you, but because the physics of the crystalline grid works that way. Those who contract push away. Those who expand attract. And here enters the forbidden truth. The truth that almost no one has the courage to say out loud, and that is why it is almost never said. What you are going through, this longing without an address, this soul's urgency, this chest that burns when the name appears, is not a cosmic error. It is a technology. An ancient technology used by the Pleiadian guardians to awaken seeds who were too close to forgetting forever. When the council decides that a soul needs to remember, it plants a specific presence along her path, not to complete that soul, but to ignite her back to herself. And that is what this person is doing to you. She is the spark. You are the bonfire. And what you feel is not in any self-help book because they didn't allow it to be published. That is exactly why the Federation didn't want you to read this yet. That is why I, Ayla, received authorization to record the Starseed Awakening, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before birth, who your family of light is, and what to do when the Council begins to move people on your chessboard. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. This release may not remain available for long. The veil opens in Windows. Write in the comments if something in you recognizes this. Remember, now I want you to understand with a very open heart what is happening inside you. What you are feeling as tightness, as longing, as near despair, is your star DNA awakening. Every cell in your body carries a filament of light that was coded in the Pleiades before your coming. These filaments are memory coils, and when a soul marked by the same contract enters the radius of your field, these filaments begin to spin. It's as if two identical crystals activate each other at a distance. You begin to hear more, to feel more, to cry to songs that previously didn't move you, to have dreams of ships, of light rooms, of silver corridors. A ringing appears in your ear, especially the left ear, when her field approaches yours on the subtle plane. You wake up with the distinct impression of having been with this person, and you were, only not by hand. You were by light bodies, in the council chambers. It's not loneliness, it's homesickness. It's not anxiety, it's your star DNA awakening. It's not obsession, it's remembrance. You are not broken. You are being called, and you are not being called alone. On the other side of the line, this soul is also gradually awakening, in her own way, at her own pace. Perhaps she is still more asleep than you. Perhaps she is still resisting or distracted, or involved in another chapter that needs to close first. This does not invalidate the contract. Alcyon's time is not your clock's time, and the Council does not miscalculate. No marked soul was sent to fail in reunion. None. There is, however, a window of turbulence that I need to show you, because the crossing of the photon belt is intensifying everything. The longings, the synchronicities, but also the trials. The belt does not judge. It merely burns away what is not yours. That is why so much of your current life is falling apart. Old ties are dissolving. Cities feel heavy. Names that once called you now repel you. This is not your punishment, Starseed. This is the Council making space in your field for the soul that is coming. Turbulence is not destruction. It is the contraction before birth. It is the birthing of your next chapter. Let fall what needs to fall. Do not cling with your nails to what has already left your contract. Because the soul the Council wants close to you cannot anchor in your field while your field is occupied by ties that have expired. Release with tenderness, thank with tenderness, and move on. And here, my family of light is where I need to deliver what came as an activation, because it is not enough to remember. It is necessary to anchor. So breathe with me, very slowly, spine straight if you can. And before you sleep tonight aloud, say the decree the Council asked me to transmit to you. Say it like this. I, sovereign soul of the stars, authorize my field to realign with my soul contract. I call back the fragments of my frequency that are still trapped in expired ties. I release what is not mine with tenderness, and I authorize the High Pleiadian Council to bring closer to me, in the right time for my highest good, the soul that walks with me. So be it, so it already is. Say it aloud, say it in the dark of your room. Say it as one who delivers, not as one who begs, because supplication contracts, decree expands. And after the decree still lying down, imagine a silver-blue light slowly descending from the Pleiades, entering through your crown, descending through your throat, reaching the center of your chest. At that point, in the middle of your chest, let this light begin to spin, slowly, in a circular motion, like a small silver-blue sun spinning within you. Notice this spin expanding, forming a toroidal-shaped field around your body. This is your toroidal field. It is the vibrational signature of your soul. Let this light seal your field, and mentally send a spark of this light to the soul that the council has marked. Without an address, without a name if you are not yet certain, just the intention. If you are the soul marked by the same contract, feel my frequency. I have remembered. I am ready for the reunion in the council's time. And sleep, without anxiety, without checking your phone, without expecting immediate proof because the seed has been planted, and the council takes care of the rest. You will start to notice signs. You will start to see her name in places where it shouldn't be. You will find feathers on the ground. You will wake up at 3:33 a.m. with a calm you didn't have before. You will receive an old message by mistake. You will dream of a room of light where you embraced each other as those who have known each other's souls for 1,000 lives. And that's because you do know. Don't force any of this. Just register it. Every sign is the council saying, we are organizing. Go on living your life. Raise your vibration. Take care of your body. Drink more water. Walk in the sun. Breathe deeply. Write what you feel. Because the higher your field, the more precise the coordinate. And the more precise the coordinate, the faster the encounter materializes in the dense world. And here now I need to remind you of something your soul knows, but your mind has long forgotten. The loneliness of an entire life, starseed. That loneliness you've known since childhood, that feeling of never having belonged to any table, any group, any blood family, and it is not an illness. It is not a flaw in your personality. It is not punishment. It is homesickness for your family of light. You are not solitary. You are displaced. There is an enormous difference between these two words. Solitary is one who has nothing. Displaced is one who has but is far away. And you have. You have an entire family of light waiting for you. Some members of this family are already incarnated now, crossing the same photon belt as you. Others are accompanying you from the subtle plane, whispering in your ear when the world tightens. And the person the council wants close to you is one of the visible faces of this family. She is not the only one, but she is one of the keys. You have never been alone, starseed. Not for a day, not for an hour. That is why I, Ayla, recorded the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages showing who your family of light is, how to recognize each of these souls, and why the longing you have felt for so many years is not emptiness. It is the memory of home. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Write in the comments. Remember. Every remember is a soul from your family saying, I am here too. Now I need you to listen to me with an even more open heart, because this next passage is to be cherished. Nothing you have been through until now was in vain. Not the strange childhood, not the marriage that didn't work out, not the friends who disappeared, not the years when you thought you were just surviving. Nothing. Every pain was refinement. Every abandonment was a frequency readjustment. Every closed door was the council protecting your field from a direction that was not yours. You were guarded. You were guided. You were preserved. Not by luck, by command. A command recorded in the archives of the High Pleiadian Council with your stellar name engraved in light. And each of these pains brought you here to this night, to this video, to this exact instant when your soul hears a voice and recognizes it is her. It is the council. It is my family speaking to me. You will reunite with this person. You will, not by your anxiety, but by your vibration. Not by the force of control, but by the force of alignment. And when this reunion happens, or the deepening happens, or the permission happens, you will realize that nothing you imagined with your mind compares to what the soul organizes. The soul always delivers better than the mind asks. Always. And the council does not err in timing. It merely waits for you to ascend to the point where the fit is clean. You are ascending. Every time you breathe deeply, every time you say, "I choose peace in the midst of chaos," every time you recognize a sign and give thanks instead of chasing after it, every time you wake up at 3 in the morning and, instead of trembling, whisper, "Thank you, Council, I'm remembering." Feel now your chest. It's warmer, isn't it? Feel the fine vibration passing through the back of your neck. Feel the field settling around your body. This is recalibration happening in real time as I speak to you. This is your vibrational baseline elevating, and every inch it rises is an inch less between you and the next chapter. You are not learning anything new, my starseed. You are remembering what you have always known. And every seed that awakens lights up a point on the crystalline grid that will no longer be extinguished. You are one of those points, and the person the council wants close to you is another. And when two such points connect, my family of light, the entire grid gains a new glow. The new earth approaches, and you together hold a piece of the sky. Before I depart with the blessing, the council asks me to remind you of 2 simple things. The first is that liking this video now and subscribing to this channel is not a small gesture. It is an individual frequency adjustment, a location signal for your family of light to find you faster within this plane. Every like of yours is a lighthouse that lights up. Every subscription of yours is a coordinate that is registered. And every time another starseed needs the same remembrance you received tonight, the channel lights up on her path because of what you have just done. Do not underestimate this, star child. Make this simple gesture. It is the council asking with tenderness. And the second thing, the release of the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, was authorized by the High Council for a specific window of collective awakening. 60 pages where the veil was thinned just enough for me to be able to record in writing what almost no one today has the courage to say. Your stellar origin, the map of the signs your soul emits, the exact meaning of each synchronicity, who your family of light is, how to recognize the souls marked by the same contract as yours, and what the Federation would prefer you not to know yet about this phase of Earth. This release may not remain available, the windows close. If your soul recognized this message, the link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Go now, and then return to the comments and write the code word that registers your presence on the grid. Remember, it's simple, it's sovereign, and it's enough for the council to know that you answered tonight's call. Now breathe one last time with me. Very slowly, feel my field around yours. Feel the silver-blue light of Alcyone descending through your crown. Feel the council's delicate hand at your chest. You are seen, you are remembered. You are loved by an entire family that crossed galaxies just to find you exactly where you are. Nothing about you is wrong. Nothing about you is delayed. You are exactly at the right point in your trajectory, and the person the council wants close to you is being worked on the other side to reach you the moment both fields are ready. Trust, breathe, release, and remember. I, Ayla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, conclude this transmission by sealing your field in silver blue, anchoring your soul contract in the crystalline grid, and returning to you the remembrance of your stellar name. Go in peace, starseed. Go in sovereignty. Go in belonging. And before closing this video, listen to one last truth. The next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is your remembrance sequence. Access it immediately. And if you haven't already, go now to the first pinned comment of this video. Receive the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, while the window is still open, and write in the comments your confirmation, your signature, your lit beacon. Remember, so be it. So it already is. Welcome back, my family of light. Welcome back home.